speaking about this, I want to just also understand from you, Mr. Kiraka, how will the systems work? Because the typical investor knows how the NSE works, and now that FX Pesa will be involved in this. Talk to us about how the system will work. Talk to us about the security. There are cyber security concerns. We've seen a rise in hacking. We've seen impersonation. And all this are sort of giving investors jitters on how secure is your platform? How robust is it?
Yeah, thank you, Abi. The system is absolutely robust. And like I said, as a regulated entity, those are some of the things the regulator looks at. Before they even license you, they ensure that they've looked at all your systems, all your capacity, your staff, the capability of your people, the competence. And for us, we are privileged as EGM Securities in Kenya to have Equity Group, which is a global player, has been in the market for more than 15 years and has done this elsewhere in other global markets.
Yes.
And therefore, we are leveraging the technology around a group. So we're not just looking at Kenya, we are looking at best practice, picking from our sister companies within the group worldwide and learning from them and saying, Kenya, we are backing you 100%. So the systems are as secure as they can be. And I can assure you that we've not had challenges around the system. Of course, there will be challenges around the ethics of people who come and trade on the system, but not the system itself. So I wouldn't say we have reported any case, even globally, where we've had a challenge with our systems. And just ensuring that if any challenge is logged around how maybe you're moving servers or you're maintaining data integrity. Of course, everyone has to sign up their confidentiality forms around client information, which is normal. Of course, now you have the Data Protection Act that's come into play. So in terms of integrity of data of our investors is A1. And like I said, we are leveraging group expertise as well to push Kenya.
And as we come to the tail end of our interview, I'm also curious to find out, for any investor, they'd like to know what sort of return are they looking at. For instance, if you are to now invest in Emakiba, the mobile traded bonds, you know this is the interest that I'll be getting on it. Talk to us about how this particular investment will work in regards to giving value for money to an investor.
Yeah, thank you. You talked about diversification. So Sam here is in real estate. Sam here is in car hire, for example. So you are doing many other investments. And you're saying, let me diversify into global markets. Let me get into the Nairobi Securities derivatives market. Let me get into other global markets. Kenyans who have only looked at their investments here have now an opportunity to look outside as a diversification tool. It's not more around, it's more around not putting all your eggs in one basket. That when markets here are not doing well, you can still leverage global markets. When the markets out there are doing badly, like when we had the big crash, then your Kenyan market is cushioning you. So the idea is really about diversification. It's not more about the returns. And the returns are guided by your risk appetite. Like I said, your risk management tools is what will tell you what kind of appetite do you have. So that will guide you. So as a young investor, when you're looking to go long, you're looking to invest over the next 15 years, even if you picked small returns on the dollar, for example, 3%, 4% on the dollar, that's a handsome return. When you say compare that to the Kenya shilling treasury bond or treasury bill, treasury bill maybe at 6-7% on the shilling, and then you bring in the depreciation aspect around the currency movements. So I wouldn't say that it's really because of the return, it's more around the ability to diversify. You don't put all your eggs in one pot, because tomorrow, one market has a crisis, you go to a safe haven. And that's what we are offering. We are giving you opportunity to trade global markets. You can do commodities, you can do indices, you can do single stocks. You know, the likes of Zoom and Tesla and others that have made very good returns in the previous year. And of course, this year will be the same. We'll see most likely some of those doing pretty well. And even our local ones. Now that there's more traction on the derivative space, we anticipate, and remember our market is driven a lot by the foreign market players. So we'll be able to see a lot more activity even within our space by virtue of just offering these as futures now. So it's not more about the return. Return is a good aspect, but the diversification aspect is really what is key.
All right.
Yes.
As a long-term trading expert,
Yes.
I'd also want to just pick your mind.
Yes.
How much have you ever made out of this in terms of you as an individual?
Abby, you're putting me on the spot, which is okay as an investor.
Yeah.
I've been in the market for a reasonably good time, and I've seen the swings of the market.
Sure.
And it's really not about watching the market; it's actually being and staying long. And wealth is made over the long term. So even for colleagues coming in to trade on the NSE now and the derivatives market, give yourself time, because wealth is built over the long term. There are no quick wins and quick gains that overnight. No, that doesn't work. Build slowly and creatively with a purpose. And that part of what we are doing on financial literacy is actually even telling people the mistakes we've made.
Yeah.
You know, where did we go wrong as young people? Maybe we didn't get the opportunity we are giving the young people today of the opportunities they are available for them to trade. To trade global markets, to trade local markets. That opportunity we didn't get during our young days. But now we are offering that because we are saying 10, 15 years down the road, as one looks to retire, they can actually have some comfortable retirement because they took time now in their young age to put money away in very secure, well-guided investment opportunities.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure. And finally, of course, the government is a critical player in all matters regulation. And what are some of the trends and views that you like to see the government also emphasizing on financial sector deepening at a time when majority of the population are literally pushed to the wall in regards to investments? What sort of regulatory framework would you like to see? And also give us your parting shot in regards to the future of online trading. What sort of trends are we seeing across Africa and of course globally?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, the interesting thing around this market, Kenya is very progressive. Yeah. When you look at, and we are very privileged that we have a good level of sophisticated investors. We have young people who are trying to learn. We have a very adaptive, very hardworking culture in Kenya, people who want to try new things. So working, main job, side hustle, another one. So there are a lot of people who are trying to do a lot of good things to create a living for themselves and their loved ones. The government, on the other side, is trying to enable investors. When I look back, like I said, I've been in the industry a while. When I look back and look at the trends, it's very progressive. The CMA, the NSE, we have seen milestones. You know, from a CMA perspective, we didn't have even Sharia products. We now got them in 2007.
Yeah.
We didn't have online trading. We got it in 2017, 10 years behind that. We are now looking at how we introduce products from that perspective. So whether they'll be Sharia compliant, so cooks and stuff like that, also coming and getting listed on the exchange. We are looking at in the next 5 years in our space, yeah, when you talk about online trading, multi-assets, offering the young people we are training today, we are only equipping them with the skill. You can imagine maybe they finish campus, they start learning it when they're in campus. They have investment clubs that compete amongst themselves in terms of trading. And they have competitions, and sometimes we support them and offer awards just to keep that going. Oh, yeah. University internships, you know, so that we can create this in the next 5, 10, 15 years. We'll see what we are seeing in the West. Those markets in the West where trading online is great is because they started many years back and they've matured.
All right.
We are just at the entry point. 3 years is a very short time for equity and EGM in Kenya. Yeah, EGM Securities in Kenya and the equity group. So we see in the next 5 years, all going well, that a lot of young people who are leaving campus and college and trying to get a side hustle, getting into this as a mainstay. So in 5 years, as the government continues to also widen the gap and ensure that level playing ground is there, that we don't have the unregulated guys, that we have the regulated entities and they are supported, and we continue to grow our business that way. I see a great future for this country. I see a great future for investments, and I can't wait to get this thing going. You know, the derivatives market, get support there. Let's try it out and to be a very, very exciting future for Kenyans.
All right, fantastic place to end the interview. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Thank you, Abi. I appreciate your time as well.
All right, we've been speaking there to Mr. Samwel Kiraka, the Chief Executive Officer of EGM Securities, giving us some insights into this new product and, of course, the downside when it comes to the risk profile that every investment comes with. Well, that's all the time we had here on the show. Until next time, keep safe. Bye-bye for now.